Alright, this is for Ed Morbis. He's been helping me out all last night and all morning. He was right. I didn't have it's a stupid, but I didn't have my AC right here clicked in. So I was reading only DC current. So if it's unclicked, like if it's pushed out, it's DC. If it's pushed in, it's AC. But anyway, my setup right now is I have this power supply. It's rated from 115 volts to 230 for the input, and the output could go up to, I measured it out and everything, it could go up to I think it was 27 volts. Anyway, right now I'm showing you on my voltage meter. I have it out on DC to let you know what volts is coming out of my power supply right here. I'm using this light, because it's still kind of dark in my room. I like to keep my room kind of dark just because of testing purposes and all kind of stuff like that for like lighting. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm close. My voltage is like 16 volts. See, 16.5 right there. If you can see that. It's hard to see a little bit. 16.5 right now. So that's the voltage coming out, and I got it going into this PWM pulse width modulation motor controller right here. It's rated from 150 to 10 to 50 watt 50 volts AC DC at 40 amps speed controller, and it takes 12 volts, 24, 48, and it's 200 watt max or whatever. So it's a really good motor controller. I had it set up to run this 24 volt DC motor. I have magnets on here to kind of help out the speed, and I don't even have it set all the way up, obviously, because this is only 16.5, so that's the most it's going to allow for it to go through is 16.5 volts. So it can have way more speed going through here. And thanks to Ed Morbis, I think that's his name. Hopefully I'm not pronouncing it wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. Right here I have, you can see all the wiring. Let me just show you real fast. You see my wire from right here, that green and that white goes all the way up into my motor controller, and then these two wires that come out of the motor controller go to the motor. As you can see, they're twist tied right here, go all the way down right into the back of my motor right here. This 24 volt, it's a scooter motor basically that you can get for like the easy scooters or whatever. Anyway, then I have the little coupling. I had a lot of these clamps because I didn't have the piping and all that stuff, so that I just had to use all these clamps basically to make sure that it can handle all the RPMs without like flying apart or whatever, and make sure it's nice and sturdy. Then, so it spins the magnet that's inside of here, and then the power comes out through the back here, and I'm gonna have these clip leads, as you can see right here, go right into my voltage meter, and I'm gonna turn it on and everything. I'm gonna have somebody hold the camera for me while I'm doing all this. Let me go ahead and hook up these leads, and I will have AC pushed in, and I'll show you the difference. That's why I wasn't getting any readings in my last video. And since he told me about that, I went ahead and checked too. I used my voltage meter on an AC power current. Like, I plugged it into the wall, and DC won't show through AC at all. Like, you won't have nothing. It will read 0. And I don't understand really why that is, but it doesn't really matter. I guess because AC current is fluctuating and it's only reading DC current, I'm guessing. Since that's just straight direct current. That's the only solution I could come up with for that reason why I wouldn't read any voltage at all. Anyway, I press it in right here. Now we're on AC. So out is DC, in is AC. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna have to hold this because this is not mounted to my table. Like I said, I was just testing to see what it's doing. I'll go ahead and turn this on now. And you can see it ready. Right now it's running at 2 volts, and that's very, very slow. And let me get my tester real quick. Right now I'm only running at 430 RPMs. Come on, babe. Lumpy, get off the bed. As you can see, oh wait, I'm sorry, hold on. Right there, that's only 424. And that's real low. That's not even, and it's already producing 2 volts of AC current. What I'm gonna do is speed it up a little bit. I'm put it at half. That's half right there. Right now at half, I'm running at almost 1,000. What I'll do, I'm gonna bring it up to 1,000. So 1K. Alright, we're a little over 1,000. It's 1,069. If you can see that, 1,069. And it's producing 15 volts of the AC current. So I can bring it up some more. Right now we're running, I'd say that's like 1/3 of the way up. This is only at 16.5 volts to people, so it could run a whole lot faster than this. And I'm at 1700 RPMs, 17.174, and it's producing 23 volts of electricity. So already I'm only using 6, like it's probably not even 16, because what PWM is pulse width modulation. It pulses electricity, but the thing about it is, the lower you're using, the lower voltage you're using. So it's not even using the full 16.5 volts. It's using probably like maybe 10, 11, something like that. But like I said, it's at 17,000 RPMs right now, and I can still bring it up, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's all the way up, and it's producing 31 volts of electricity. It's at 20. I'm at 2,275. So 2,275 RPMs. Bring it back down. And it was producing 31 volts of electricity. And a little itchy. From the vibration anyway. But like I was saying, it's actually working. I mean, it needs a lot of power, basically. Like it needs a lot of RPMs anyway, so you need to have a very, very fast spinning motor for it to get up to that 120 volts of electricity. But I do have an idea of how to replicate something better than this. I don't want to get into too much details because, like I said, I'm still new at this, and I mean, I would tell everybody what I'm thinking about, but I mean, if it doesn't work and then you guys are talking crap about it, I don't know. I'm still testing this stuff. I mean, I didn't even know that I had to have it on AC, because I looked at all these videos but nobody was saying anything about that. But then I started looking real close at, after Ed Morbish told me that, I started looking real close at their voltage meter, and everyone had it set at AC volts. Like, yeah, I've seen like the voltage sign and then the little wave instead of direct the line. It was the little wave part, so I already know that's AC. But nobody was saying that. So if anybody is trying to replicate the Gerard Morin replication, they're gonna have to make sure that they put, if they're trying to see the voltage and all that, make sure you keep your stuff on AC volts instead of DC, because you're not gonna get any readings and you're gonna think that it's not even working. And that's the end of my video. Thank you and goodbye.